Oh man, I haven't been this frustrated in so long. I was doing so good. Clear parts suck. Do do do. I started using this and then it popped off and I'm like, screw that, I'm gonna use something stronger. So I used this and then it all ran and then it marred it and then I got a fingerprint in it. But I digress. Let's go back to the beginning of this build, and by the time we get to where I wanted to be, hopefully this will all be fixed somehow. And yeah, welcome to Scale Model Addict. Hey, how's it going? So, never mind that little panic attack. That was about 3 hours ago, and all's kind of sorted out now for the most part. For the last 3 weeks, on and off, I've been working on this. Nice kit, real nice kit. And I'm happy to say that she's finished. So, I didn't post up a video in progress. I thought for a change I'm just going to actually build a kit, keep my mouth shut, and when I'm done show you the process. I've taken tons of pictures all the way through. As you saw in that little intro bumper, had a bit of a panic with the glass earlier today, but I got it pretty much sorted out. This has sure been a learning curve, holy cow. And a big thanks to Doc Cranky for all your tips, dude. And who else have I been watching? Chevy Cheeseburger. You've been really inspiring me with your work too. And man, lots of guys on YouTube building some amazing cars. So I thought I'd try it and try to build a clean car. For the most part, I did weather the engine compartment just a little bit, but it's not a weathered vehicle to say. So this one's called the Widowmaker, or just Widowmaker, because honestly in the last 3 weeks my wife could have ended up a widow. She almost killed me a few times because I wouldn't shut up about the '69 Camaro. So Widowmaker it is, thanks to Pat Hardy for that name. And I'm just gonna get to some pictures and I'll narrate over them if there's anything worth narrating about. Alright, cool. Okay, so once I got the body all cleaned up, I gave it a coat of actually gray Krylon primer, and then talked to Chris Spalding, and he suggested I go with white just so I can get truer colors. So I went over the gray with white and then wet sanded that with the 36, 4000, 6000, 8000, 12,000 grit. So I got that real nice and smooth. Then I sprayed Tamiya black and masked off, actually I sprayed the red first, as you could see in that previous picture, and masked off the red, shot the black. I made a mistake with this right from the beginning. I had my air pressure too low, and I don't know why I did. When I shot the body, my air pressure was too low, and it definitely orange peeled on me quite a bit. Then I cranked it up and got the hood pretty smooth. After that I turned my focus over to the headers. I used some Alclad here, and for the first time tried out some heat stains, and I think they turned out pretty nice. There's just another shot of the heat stains. Yeah. So that was that. The interior, I just shot it with black, and then I detailed out the chrome with a Sharpie, and I used that Prismacolor just to try to bring out the emblem, but it didn't really catch it, but turned out pretty decent. The Sharpie was super easy to use. The engine here, I used some Vallejo model air colors. Their steel color is really nice. You can see it there, and it's got steel and it's got aluminum, both model air. Real nice paint to shoot. Here's another shot of the interior. I masked off the seats, and yeah, it's pretty shiny, maybe a bit too shiny for the interior, but that's where it's at. I really like black and red, and I just wanted to do a black car, originally a real shiny black car, but that didn't quite happen. But yeah, so the steering column's red accents all over the place. Here's a look at the engine, and just laid out, ready for assembly. Here we've got all kinds of different paint going on. Alclad metallizers, Vallejo Model Air. The engine block's done in Tamiya red. So yeah, that's just kind of waiting there. For the drive shaft, I originally was going to go with a black drive shaft, and then this crossed my mind, so I barber striped it just for fun. And here's a look at the engine after a bit of assembly. My headers, man, I had a hard time with those. You can see that, there's usually a piece of, I don't know what it's called, it's a flange or something. I cut that off because I drilled my holes in the wrong place for the plugs. And anyways, lesson learned. Check your reference a little more thoroughly, Gervin. Here's a look at the wheels and tires. I used the stock wheels and tires out of the kit and just backed them with some red, that's Alclad chrome there. I de-chromed everything. And here's a look at that paint. So what I did is I took my 5-6 variations of super sandpaper stuff and tried to knock down that orange peel, but it didn't really work. I had clear coated this with Tamiya clear, and I don't think I'll use that again. I need something a little more durable in the future. You can see here I went right through. That was a sad day for me right there. So what I did is I went and grabbed some semi-gloss black and I just shot the body again. And I didn't cover the red, but I just went real nice and thin and just shot it again. Here's some of the engine. I got it wired. I got some PE wire looms on this. What else did I do in this picture? I added the hot and cold for the battery. I made some hoses and made the little clamps there out of aluminum tape, and aluminum tape for the battery connector things too. Aluminum tape works real good. Here's a close-up of the engine installed. I put a little bit of the throttle linkage there. You can see the spring I made right in the middle. Just a bunch of hoses. I wanted it to look as busy as I could, basically, and that was the goal. The brake lines coming off of the master cylinder. I wired, what else did I wire? I wired the windshield washer. I just wanted to give the illusion of detail, really. I don't know anything about cars other than what I've been learning as I go. And I gotta say, Chris Spalding and Matt over at SMA have really, and Ken too, have really helped me. So there's just some more shots of the engine. I did have a lot of fun with this, and building this engine, oh, I built a bracket for the alternator too. Yeah, the engine was as much of a kit as the kit itself. It really was. So yeah, that was kind of the build, walking through that. I hope it all made sense. I have to say that I'm happy with it. It's not real it's not real shiny. What I decided to do, because my black didn't turn out awesome, I shot the whole body with satin varnish and just decided that this would be satin black, although I left the hood gloss. And it's still not super highly reflective gloss. I didn't achieve that yet, and I'll keep trying. I did put bare metal foil on this. That was the first time I ever tried bare metal foil, and that was an exercise in patience for sure. It wasn't really as bad as I thought it would be, to be quite honest with you. I'm not dealing with too many complex curves here, and I didn't get it perfect, not by any stretch. But it turned out all right. The biggest thing for me was the clear parts. Oh, what a pain in the butt. I started with the kit parts. Look at that. Oh, insane. I used testers. I used apparently the right stuff. I let it sit for an hour, and then when I went and when I went and moved it, it popped out. I had tinted the rear window with some Tamiya smoke, So after those came out, and my level of frustration was definitely climbing. Definitely. Where I'm looking for. Then I tried using this stuff. Ugh. Fail. Right? That's where I got all this. It went onto the paint. Like, look at that. So this was maybe 3-4 hours ago. I ran out to the dollar store and I bought a passport case just because it had a nice big chunk of clear plastic on it, and I made new windshields with that. And it's still, I cut it oversized and I used CA, and I know that's probably not the right stuff to use. Well, some people do, I guess. I got a little touch inside here, right in there where, anyways, where it didn't fog, but it just screwed it up just a hair. And the back windshield, the glass is not perfect on this by any stretch. Kind of looks like my real car, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that turned out the way it turned out. Another thing too, and Scott at Elm City Hobbies warned me of this when I was talking about it. I didn't use the air filters that came with the kit. It has that kind of oblong thing. It has this. For me, that just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't cool enough for whatever reason. So I put those air filters on it that were from a Ford Bronco kit that I had, and they're like 1 millimeter too high. And Scott at Elm City Hobby said, make sure you check because your hood might not close right. That was, and sure enough, it doesn't sit right down perfectly. It's just a hair off. Ugh, but I can live with it. It's my first quote-unquote shiny or satiny car, and I'm really happy that it's done. Really happy that it's done. So, I'm going to leave you now. I've got a few more final pictures that I will drop into the video here, and again, just thanks everybody. Keep up the good work on YouTube, and I'll be back again Monday. It's Saturday right now. I'm going to shoot the video for the contest, the Big Spring Contest. I'm going to shoot that later on today and get it edited tomorrow and get it live by Monday. We got a big spring contest coming up on Scale Model Addict. It starts in March. And we got some amazing prizes again. Amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching. God bless you, and feel free to comment, and feel free to jump on over to scalemodeladdict.com, or you can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/scalemodeladdict. And if you haven't already, you can pick up Scale Model Addict Magazine Issue 1 at scalemodeladdict.com. We're working on issue 2, and it's pretty sweet, man. We got some nice articles, content, I was going to say. So yeah, and as far as digital goes, we're almost there. We're almost there. It turned out to be a heck of a lot more work than I anticipated to get the digital version up and running. But it's in progress, and it's going to be out soon. I'm not going to even tell you when, because I don't want to make a promise that doesn't come to pass. You know what I'm saying? It just turned out to be a lot more back and forth and paperwork and this and wait and approved and wait and paperwork and upload and do this and change that. So we're getting it figured out. Bit of a learning curve there, but it's coming. Alright, I'm going to leave you now. Here's some more pictures of the Widowmaker. Why the Widowmaker? Well, I call it the Widowmaker because I talked about this build so much that my wife almost ended up a widow. If you know what I'm saying. She almost killed me. Yeah.